What's good, everybody? We're now in the mix. It's your big dog Kid 6. Shout out finest Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, aka the therapist, aka Leah Bayless.
No, I told you.
We leaving that in 2022?
We're gonna leave that in 2022.
Nah, you was just hating though.
Definitely
not.
You brought that
You want me to bring up why y'all call it hating?
Hell no.
We don't.
We don't even want to.
We don't.
Do that.
We're not going to do it.
We
Okay.
don't. Because
We're
we're
not
being
going to do
positive.
it.
But I'm
We're
Leah,
not.
aka the therapist. Okay, well, I'm Bayless. He's still sharp.
It's cool.
Okay.
Nah, that's Suge Knight right now. Suge Knight from Bumpton, letting them know. And the Rich King. Mixxeners, what's up, man? Happy New Year. 2023, man. Jordan year. So you already know it has to be legendary, okay? If everything was on the lows for you in 2022, listen, this is your bounce back year to make it legendary. And it will be legendary, y'all. We're nothing but positive vibes, great energy, manifesting it all. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, we accomplished getting over 100 YouTube followers, so thank you. So shout out to y'all who just joined, who will be notified to get in the mix when the episodes drop. Welcome to our world.
Also, now that they are in the mix, it's important for y'all to comment on it.
Yeah. You know, comment, like, it's cool. We appreciate the views, but definitely comment. Let us know.
That was a goal we accomplished. We set out to do that before 2022 was over, right?
Yep.
We did. That was
Definitely
we
did. And we did it, man. Yo.
And shout out to, well,
I love y'all, man.
Speaking of the views,
Good shit.
shout out to the Friend or Foe. That was a popular
Hell yeah.
one.
That was definitely
so, shout out to that was definitely for C. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Great episode, man.
We went through a lot of conversation about the title of that episode on how we went to spell the vote.
Definitely.
But y'all kind of wondering what the people who are viewing it, what they actually think the episode is about, because you just immediately see friends and you just want to click.
Yeah.
Hey,
Check it out.
I definitely appreciate you guys.
Find out.
You know, we're already 12 days into the new year. How are things going for you? Do you need a restart? Nah. Fool.
Oh, okay.
Damn, you want to do you need a restart or are things going as planned for y'all?
I don't think I need a restart.
Okay.
I don't think I need a restart. It started out well. It's been of course, life has minor inconveniences here and there, but everything is going well. And then,
shout out to Mom Dukes.
Shout out to Mom Dukes, you know, brought in the birthday with Mom Dukes.
Happy birthday.
On New Year's Day with my OG, you know what I'm saying? And before I even lie out of finish, I gotta say, because it is 2023, I'm starting 2023 inspired.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I started 2023 inspired to continue a lot of the stuff that I was doing in 2022 to exemplify on that. And a lot of my inspiration comes from y'all. I just want y'all to know that. I've been very consistent with my therapy. Shout out to the therapist. I've been very consistent.
How's it going?
It's been going well. Shout out to my therapist.
Mental health matters, black men.
Shout out to the therapist.
Hell yeah.
I've been very consistent with going to the gym. Shout out to Kid 6. Because if you get it
good
going.
stuff, man.
And I've been very persistent in trying to exemplify my abilities. Shout out to So Effing Classy because she know how to do everything. So, you know.
Yo, that's dope, man. That's definitely dope.
You need a restart?
No, I actually don't, man. I feel good. You know, I feel as though the circle you keep, if y'all can't really inspire each other, then it's kind of like you need to remove yourself from that circle. And again, as C said, y'all really inspire me as well. Towards the end of December actually marked a year, my first full year of doing therapy. So that's been amazing.
A lot of people
love
get into
it.
therapy.
Yeah, I truly love it, man. It's just been very healthy for me, and I handle things a bit differently. Still growing in certain areas, but it's definitely just been a great feeling.
I actually want to do another episode like early now where like people looking for like therapy, what to expect with therapy, what comes with it, like really the rundown. Do you feel like when to graduate?
I feel like you need your own episode to do that. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's 2023.
Hell yeah,
we
man.
do all of that.
You know, continuing the gym, and I'm not gonna lie, like, see, you be inspiring me too. Like, y'all really don't know, but me and C, we really be sending each other like workout videos and everything, like every day, new challenges and all of that. Cause you don't be doing it.
That's what Rob you want real quick. I know.
Yeah, she
We were talking about inspiring each other. Y'all can inspire us.
Nah.
It's a way to
right.
inspire somebody.
All
You guys are very negative. Since we just talked about negative.
We're never negative. You just make excuses.
That's negative.
That's on whose end? If I'm trying to inspire you,
That's
but you're
not
making
the
an
way that you
excuse.
inspire. No, like I don't want to increase my toes. It's bad though.
Take them off.
Take them off.
But this is mad high. That's what y'all don't see.
We just
it,
gonna
but-
help you get up there.
Right.
Then
We gonna give
I
you a
know.
boost.
But I did one though.
She did do one.
Thank you.
She did do one. Shout out
Shout out to that one.
But yeah, and I think
I guess
also
y'all inspire
too.
me too, though.
Yeah.
Use my gym.
And then also too, man, just you know, really knowing what I want to accomplish this year and what I'm going to accomplish this year. And then just looking to travel more, man. I definitely want to do that, and I'm going to do that. So, you know, shout out to y'all always, man.
Well, you know, since we talk about inspiring, y'all, like, let me get back in the gym. But see, I need to utilize my condo gym because it's just sitting and paying for it, right?
Yeah. Hey,
I never understand people like that. Like, y'all have the facilities right there in front of you, and y'all don't utilize it.
No, they would go and pay for like because it's a smaller facility. But so some people know how to use their own, like they really come and know how to do their own workouts and stuff like that. I mean, I guess in the gym, the big box gym, but you have more to work with in the big box gym too than the smaller. I still think you should utilize it because HOAs. No, but I'm not saying me, but I'm just saying it's why some people would choose to, you know, go to those other, like bigger gyms. You have more weights, you have more machinery, things like that.
But if you're one that doesn't consistently go, you got to start somewhere. So
I think that's a good place to start, especially because HOAs.
You gotta really try to like build yourself up. So it's kind of like I remember when I first started getting consistent in the gym, started with Planet Fitness, and then once I felt as though like I needed something more challenging, that's when I left and then went to LA. So yeah, you just gotta start somewhere.
And like C is inspiring us to stay consistent. You know,
Consistent.
Modify your diet. And that's one thing too. People talking about physical exercise, dieting,
Every
water.
day on it. On it.
You don't even drink too much water though. Just saying. But no, it's good to still drink water. But I don't know people know that.
It's like a shitload amount of water they gotta drink to drink.
So
right.
like
I'm talking about you gotta be
Yeah.
drinking for like hours straight.
Yeah.
Cause I think you have to have like a balance between like salt and water. It's all that biology stuff, y'all. But see, I know a little something. But
Surprising.
shut up. I'm smart, okay?
I'm smart.
I'm smart. Yeah, no, but what was I saying? Dieting, physical exercise, mental health. This is important. You don't want to neglect that, guys. Like, so it's all in that we're doing. So I love that we're talking. I think that should be like the 2023 word of the year, like consistency.
Hell yeah.
Being consistent. Some people feel like we just fell off. We got to start over again. Nah, just keep it going, like C said.
Yes, indeed.
Keep going.
Yes, indeed.
And traveling is a big thing. So I'm excited about this year. See, I'm going to your city in March. So for a date, I'm day tripping. It's just gonna go for a flight, come back home.
Okay.
So I need to know.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
I thought that'd be my first day trip, so I would like to know some of the hot spots.
Go to the
Oh yeah.
Go to the what?
We gonna
Go
take
to
the
the
old block. We gonna
old
take
block.
the land run. We gonna
Y'all
take
gotta like
the
put this in the chat so
79.
I'll know. I have literally 8
Her ass
hours.
to the
She
old
is
block.
not
She ain't
going
coming back.
No, seriously, I want to check. I have 8 hours
No,
in
you
Chicago.
don't. Do not go to O Block. Do not go there.
All right, y'all be for real. Like the real
She
places.
said, "What's that?" That's what she was since you
Right?
get off.
I would probably know, like, but I did a little
They
research.
got a mural of somebody. Who's this guy? Who's King Von?
Yo.
Rest in peace.
I know where the airport that I'm going into, so I'm going to Midway. So
It was about that Chris Brown video. All them niggas getting it in over there.
I'm silly. I don't know.
Hey,
So traveling is my thing, and doing some day trips. Like people think you gotta stay over. Nah, just jump on a flight, come back home.
Okay.
You know, so this is gonna be hopefully a good year.
That's
It's
good,
gonna be
man.
a good year.
That's definitely dope.
Oh, y'all know I'm seeing Nas. I'm seeing my favorite
Baby
rapper. I'm so hyped to see him. I'm so hyped. That is gonna be an awesome
gonna be
concert. Make sure to take some videos.
Man,
Yeah.
I know you ain't gonna have no voice.
But this is my third time
Hold
seeing
on, but
Nas.
wait.
She gonna have a voice because she don't know the words.
Right, yeah, I was just
No, let me tell you something. I'm saying I know King's Disease, and I'm gonna actually when I drive up, I'm gonna listen to 1 through 3 and Magic. I've been playing out King's
You
Disease.
just not gonna listen to his other albums?
So I know it's only King's Disease.
So
Only.
Oh, that's only-
we actually
before?
spit a verse. You gonna be able to spit
Hopefully, I
the
can spit a verse by now.
Ain't
February,
no
I would
hopefully.
make it.
Now that's a goal. Look,
I mean,
much
let's
as
stop
you
and
can
listen to
press-
Kings
yeah,
these three. You right?
So,
I've
so
been
spit
like,
something right now.
I mean,
what was the word we
just
just said?
Consistency.
All right, so I gotta make that a goal.
You
and
can
I gotta
learn it. You
put
can learn at least one verse.
Yeah.
You never know.
So we don't want to hear no excuses.
Listen.
Don't kill my happy
Listen,
number.
this is the moment. This is the moment that I
Kings.
see. This is the moment that I see happening for you because this happened to me at Push T concert.
What's that?
Push was on stage and that mind we was at spot downtown near the power plant. We in that sound stage. He's spitting a joint. I know now. Y'all know I be knowing all these words.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's like a encyclopedia.
But I'm spitting a verse to one of the joints and Push in the crowd. Push see me in the crowd. We rapping a verse. That nigga was looking. He gave me the shout out from the crowd.
You was hyped too.
Because I mean, I know this. Like, what you could give me the mic, bro. You could go get in the crowd. Fuck you mean? But I see
gotta
that
stand
happening
out,
for you.
yeah.
That could happen.
That can
for
happen
you.
because Nas had gave me a shout out. I was just
I ain't gonna
face.
front.
Especially
I
if
be
it's
like,
the
look,
first
she don't even know the words.
And they know people that don't know the word. But shout out to all the females that I know too are going. Man.
Now, that's the show.
Right.
Yeah, I think the start of my 2023 is gonna be really.
He go, you don't know the words? DJ, drop that shit.
No, I'm gonna know
I
that.
fuck with your soul. He gonna drop Ether. Edition.
So that's it.
That's
So-
good.
Nah, that's lit. That's definitely dope, man. Well, look, y'all. On this episode, we definitely got a good shop talk for y'all. We talking about what? What is it? Financial literacy.
Oh yeah, it's along those lines. A little bit of
Along
money
those
management.
lines.
It's along those lines.
A little money
Responsibility,
management.
it's along
Yeah.
those lines.
And then we're gonna do a little recap, man, because there have been a few things. Yeah. There have been a few things that have been happening over the last couple of weeks or so. So we gotta touch on that, of course, and we're gonna jump right into it a bit. We gotta talk sports though. We're gonna start with the Houston Texans firing head coach Lovie Smith.
Is he black?
Yeah,
Shout
Lovie
out to
Smith
Lovie
is a
Former
black,
coach.
black former head coach for the Bears. And
Took us
now
to
the
the Super Bowl.
Texans. And after one season. Now, prior to that, I believe they had another head coach who was black, and they fired him. So I think what this
Why did
will
he get fired?
that's a serious question.
No, because if she asking some of the mixes, might be asking the same
Yeah, I mean,
question.
yeah, no, legitimately, they come. I mean, the fact that we think, well,
It's not because we think, black head coach, and then of course they went 2-14-1.
That's a bad record.
Yeah, but then of course you're playing for the number 1 overall pick. Shout out to the Bears, they got the number 1 overall pick, and we did finesse them for their 2nd round pick. My bad.
It's cool. It's cool.
But y'all got spending money, so y'all
got spending money. We might stretch this first round pick into something else.
Yeah, y'all can really finesse it. But so they did not have a successful season. But that's not Lovie's fault. That's just the organization itself. That's management up top who are piss poor when it comes to handling their staff and then also their players as well. We've seen, how things transpire for J.J. Watt, Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Mr. Happy Ending, but we understand what happened with that.
We ain't playing blame nothing out. He is on his own boat.
But they did cover it up for him until he wanted that trade out. Then it was just like, all right, now we gotta release this a bit. But I just think this will probably turn away black coaches who are looking for a head coaching job to not go to Houston, which I wouldn't even want that job. You have a lot to really rebuild on. So
another part of the issue with that though is that they do stuff like that with black coaches. They give them these trash ass teams and expect them to turn around in one season, and if they don't, then they fire them and be like, "Yeah, so you told you black coaches ain't even that good of a coach." And it's like, you get a white coach with these good teams, put them in playoff position, Super Bowl position, or at least winning record position or something like that, and then act like they're the best things ever. But that's like the issue right there.
Okay. But
That's the underlying issue.
Definitely is. Your Ravens still have yet to pay Lamar. They did pay Roquan Smith. 5 years.
We lost Sunday. I don't know what's going on. I think we needed it. We got.
Y'all about to lose again. Y'all play Saturday night.
Yeah.
Against the Bengals
any
again.
real Ravens fan is probably not excited.
Yeah.
I've been reading the notes and the people are just not. I be reading stuff.
Pay that man.
Well, people are arguing like he ain't showing up to be paid. This is what people are saying.
Wait, like y'all want him to throw the ball to himself and catch it himself? He has no receivers outside of Mark Andrews, who is the tight end.
Who was the last tight end that just worked a lot of good stuff for us? What's his name?
Tahi.
Nah, we went after him too. He looked like Puerto Rican Mexican, something like that. He was, what's his name? It start with a, I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
She's
I
not
don't
a
know,
true fan.
Dave, something. I don't know. He was good too as a tight end. He had the hip injury.
I don't know.
I can't look it up.
Yeah, that's all good. And then of course, sending our prayers again, man. Shout out to Bill Safety.
Dennis Pitta. Sorry.
Oh.
Dennis Pitta, yeah. Wasn't Dennis Pitta tight end?
No. It might have been.
Maybe he was. He was not a wide receiver.
Nah, there is someone in the league named Pitta.
It's not
But
Dennis.
I don't know.
Okay, wait. Ain't Ravens fan know who.
Pitta 4.
Yeah, Dennis Pitta, but.
Hell yeah, man.
I slap you like that.
Shout out to Bill Safety, DeMar Hamlin.
Thank you.
He's been released from the hospital.
Yeah,
He's finally home. So that's
I love
great news.
the widespread support.
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't they have a GoFund or something to be it was a donation?
It was a donation. Yeah.
Millions.
It's at 8.6 million right now.
Right.
Yeah.
It was at 5,000.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, so that why.
So shout out to him. I mean, it sucks that even something like that for him to happen, for it to even go up.
But he's out the hospital now.
Yeah,
He is. He's breathing on his own. He's at the hospital. He died in the field. And had to be resuscitated. Shout out to the training staff. That brought him back.
Hell yeah! Because if it wasn't for him,
those training staffs are important. They really.
What do you think is going to be the future for him as far as football? I don't know. I'm scared.
I don't know. I know doctors
now.
are definitely going to do a lot of tests just to make sure to see what caused it, because he went into cardiac arrest.
Sometimes you get some underlying things you don't even catch.
Right.
So,
or even still, because they were saying that it could be like a freak accident, which is it's a small chance, but
somebody
it happens.
blaming who was blaming the player?
They Bart Scott.
Oh yeah,
he tried to blame Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins for it, and it's just kind of like, bro, you played football, I've played football, so to even try to say he dipped his head as he was trying to prevent him from is insane. Like, if you want to stop somebody from tackling you, you gonna dip your shoulder and whatever you got to do, but it was a freak accident.
To even say that as if he did it on purpose, like he knew it was gonna happen or something, man. Because he felt horrible after that happened.
Of course he did.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah,
but
man. So shout out to T. Higgins too, man, because I know mentally that was a strain for him. It was probably beating himself up. But shout out to T. Higgins, man. Hold your head up. But yeah, DeMar, the Bills organization.
But of course, we had commentary on this situation.
Definitely did. Your peoples, Skip Bayless. And his tweet, of course, that everyone felt as though he should be canceled, which I understood where he was coming from. Leah, you said you understood where he was coming from. But it was piss poor timing.
And how he worded it.
And then, of course, the next day, he did Undisputed by himself. Shannon was not feeling him. He did, extend an apology, but he also still stands on what he tweeted. And then, of course, when Shannon came back, he tried to explain it. He cut Shannon off. It was just a bunch of back and forth. I feel as though Shannon's going to leave Undisputed soon.
I'm beyond this. I think it was when he felt disrespected about, Tom Brady being better than him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's when it kind of started saying a little
of course.
But
Skip is a professional.
You think Skip will? Shannon will leave?
Undisputed needs Shannon more than Shannon needs Undisputed. Believe it or not.
Sadly, I think they value Skip more.
I don't think so.
Let me just say this.
Oh, probably because he's white, of course, but
you said white when we got it.
White.
Okay.
White. My bad.
but for one, I do think he is kind of getting a little annoyed with him because Skip does throw a lot of personal digs at him, and he mentioned that too.
Mm-hmm.
Skip Bayless, he gets paid to argue, and sometimes he can't get out of that mode to be compassionate when he needs to, because what he was saying and how he said it it like your intention doesn't matter as much as your delivery does.
Right.
So if you intend to say this, but you say this, you got to focus on what you said and change that. You can't just be like, whoa, my intentions was to mean this, even though I said, because it's not going to register like that. So when he doubled down on what he said, it's just like, bro, you still not getting it. Because the way that he said it, like, you know, we apparently what he was trying to mean, you know, was that like, how do you like continue the game or what's gonna happen? Not like you more concerned about that than this man's life,
right?
But it's just like after, which is how most people were explaining it, because even on the network, it was just like, man, like after something like this happens, how do we continue the game? Like what's supposed to happen from here? And we don't even know. This is tragedy. And then he made it seem insensitive in that same way.
So you just say prayers. Sometimes you don't, or just don't say anything.
And that's what people were saying. Because some people that know how to say the right thing, let them say the right thing. Right. Some people don't know how to say it, they shouldn't say it.
He's one of those people.
He is one of those people. And also, Shannon Sharp has his own podcasting, which is going well. So if he did part ways with Undisputed, he for sure has a backbone to stand.
Good for him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, a great interview. He interviewed Coach Prime. He interviewed John Stott. He got a few nice interviews.
And I think he has a sponsorship with a cognac as well. I think he has his own cognac.
But I feel like they would just, if he left, they would just replace him.
It wouldn't be the same. Who replace him with?
You can't even replace him.
Like, you didn't even think that Skip would work well without Stephen A. until they found Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
And then we like, damn, okay.
But you can't even do, because the stuff that Shannon does on there, like that's how he was even able to get his own cognac, because it was just like he came on there, had a bottle of Henny, had a Black and Mild.
Like, see, who would it be then if it's not me or you, right?
Hey.
Like,
but look, the person that would have to replace him would have to be black too.
Right. And then of course, you know, that's when cancel culture came around, right? I feel as though anytime something happens, it's just like, oh, we should cancel. And it's just kind of like,
I feel like people jump on the bandwagon with that too.
Exactly. And it's just like, you can't cancel someone that you don't truly rock with already. Especially
they don't watch or be in the know. Yeah. They just seen it.
Exactly.
Everywhere. And people like, oh, he was insensitive.
And then of course, again, he's white. So he's not going to get fired. He's not going to get any of that. They feed off of that, even though it's bad. But you know what? I commend Shannon because he really holds himself together professionally, because I know when the glasses came off,
Skip, come on now, Skip.
My man threw the glass. You know what? Go ahead.
Put your glasses back on.
That's what
you got to do next time y'all two go back. You know, matter of fact, you got to wear your glasses.
She got glasses right there.
Yeah. Wait, who got the glasses, right?
But she more so
scared. I got it.
You more so can't take it, so you just got to like, you know, go ahead. Just go ahead.
I feel like, but see, me and C like each other. I don't know about Skip and Shannon. They really truly.
Now, what if C didn't like you? You trying to speak for him?
And I need that.
Don't try to ask him after, like, say, do you like
I won't. But I really think, I don't know if they really rock with each other.
Yeah, you know what? That could definitely change, because it's just kind of like, we're having a debate. We don't have to always agree, but now you're taking personal jabs every single time. So
they need a mediator.
But they need a mediator, but that kind of kills them.
No, I don't mean like on the show.
Oh.
I mean like.
Oh, you mean outside if they really
they deal with it, so
but
we don't.
You know what? They could probably be really cool outside the show and just be getting all of us, and they be sipping, having tea and crackers for all we know. We just be looking from the sidelines, so y'all can never be so sure.
I don't know, man.
Right? Then how would we feel? We seen that, like they hugged up and should be like, damn, like
they really
They might really be friends, you know.
But shout out to Shannon too, because he finally, because you know he's never as much as he, you know, gloats about LeBron James, he actually finally got to meet him in person and got to dap him up and everything at the Lakers game. I know Skip hated that because.
Do y'all think Skip just don't personally like? Maybe he did something. Skip.
Nah, he ain't. He minds his business. This man goes to bed.
I can never
wakes up and Skip can wake up at 4 a.m. every single day and be like, "Hey, LeBron, I just woke up at 4 a.m. I'm about to go do a mile before the show. What are you doing?"
I think LeBron's generally does not like him.
Sleep right now. I bet you Jordan's not asleep.
You know what would be funny? Because he gives so much praise to Tom Brady, but what if Tom did not like Skip?
Might not.
Oh,
I feel like that would crush him.
We
Tom and Brian cool. He probably like, nigga, you.
We didn't mention this though. Can I just pivot really quick? Now you brought up Tom Brady. So have you guys seen the photo of Tom Brady kissing his, son? And then he had like the other picture with the feet pics. I think he was on a boat or something. See that?
Yeah. Oh, this was like from over the summertime.
But it just surfaced literally maybe a week ago.
Oh, people resurface things. Yeah,
but people were saying, how they thought the picture was inappropriate, and what did y'all think about that? And some people were saying you guys have just toxic family relationships. It's just a man showing his son love. So, what did y'all think about that, y'all?
I mean, to be honest with you,
what do you think about the pic?
That's some white folks things because. My child at a certain age, you not sitting between my legs. I'm not kissing you on your neck. I'm not doing none of that. That's a little wild.
But they also, I think it's a cultural thing too, because Giselle is Brazilian, so we don't know what it could be a different.
Her Brazilian ass is somewhere getting dick down because Tom ain't want to do that shit no more.
He's so good. But why at a certain age? Why is that you're no to that?
I mean, because it's kind of like you don't want them to reach an age to where they feel like that's comfortable.
Why is it uncomfortable?
You have family members who be thinking like they take advantage of that. There are family members who.
But sometimes, people argue too that sometimes we tend to over sexualize things.
Nah, I mean it
not
really
everything
depends.
is,
Nah, listen. At a certain age, everything stops. Like, especially. If you're 15, I'm not kissing my dad on the lips. I'm not kissing my mom on the lips.
He looks to be maybe. You see the picture?
Yeah.
He looks to be maybe. I would say 12, 13. I would say 13.
He's a teenager, right? Yeah, no, ain't nobody.
Okay, so you see the pull the picture. I mean, it's not.
That's what gets you bullied in high school.
But they had a lot of support though from this picture. Actually, he was a lead Tom Brady long. It's just him showing 13. Showing his kids support.
That's how he shows his love. Everybody's not going to show love like that at a certain age.
Sure, it doesn't mean it's wrong.
Hey, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Do what you do as a parent. If that's how you show your love to your child, respect. Do your thing. Is that something that I would do? No. At a certain age, no. You're not going to no, because I don't want you to feel.
So what about cheek? Because that was a cheek kiss. He kissed his son on the neck, cheek, something like that.
It was kind of like the back of the head.
Oh, back of the head.
Back of the head.
Oh, back of the head. That's nothing. I mean,
I don't really think there's nothing wrong with it.
So you don't think anything? So you look at it, you don't think there's anything wrong with the photo, the way that because people were really
when I see my dad and I hug him and everything, I'm like, yo, what's up, Dad? Give him a kiss on the cheek, but it's nothing like mwah. It's just be like mwah.
Right.
He does the same thing.
Like Wayne the Birdman.
Yeah, nah, it ain't that. It definitely damn sure ain't that.
Right. So I feel like I looked at it, I was like, I didn't really see anything.
But yeah,
I think it was more the in between the legs.
Right.
Other than the kiss. Yeah, I think that's what people was like.
It did look real weird, but yeah. Okay, that was probably bro talk because they actually talking about that over this week,
man.
So,
next up, because again, we were just not too long ago talking about a young kid killing his mom with a gun, right? How are they getting access to these guns? Now you have a 6-year-old who shoots his teacher. What the?
I don't know. I already done at 6. I mean, kids are smart, but I'm just 6 is really.
See, you took a deep side.
That's exactly the point. Kids are smart, so we think that they're not going to be able to access guns and stuff.
Right.
We are sadly mistaken.
But you know what? Some of them, you see how what kind of people?
White folks.
They be teaching their kids how to use.
Oh yeah.
And they back it up. Those Trumpsters.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the South, the deep South, and everything.
Yeah, but these are the things that can happen.
It's such a fundamental flaw in weaponry. Period. Like to have a weapon and knowing what a weapon is capable of, then creates a need for people who don't have weapons to have those same weapons. And then when there's too many weapons, they're going to end up getting used or they're going to end up getting abused, which is the same thing. And then tragedy is going to happen. Like, even, I don't know if I've seen a lady, from British lady that was going off about it. She had to go pick up her kid from school and she was just going off like, this is such an easy fix. Like, just get rid of the goddamn weapons. Like, I wouldn't even be in this country if my husband wasn't in the military. we don't have these problems over here. Like, this is stupid.
Right.
And really it is. But you know how people, again, like I said, the fundamental flaw is that to even have weapons creates a need for weapons. Like, once you give one person a weapon, what that person can do to anybody else who don't got a weapon, not everybody else gonna feel like they need a weapon. And then at some point, you don't even have to use it. You can just act like you want to use it. And then somebody else, and then kids are smart, like you said. They're gonna see them, especially we know that people be teaching their kids how to use weapons.
I've seen a video of a white parent teaching his kid how to use a weapon.
It's so easy to access weapons. It's so easy to maneuver and go places with these weapons.
And Ray will say, "Shut the hell up. We like our guns."
Okay, until one of their people get killed.
Right.
Stupid shit.
Right.
They still won't advocate because they don't want to change their
in
mind.
this country, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a sad situation.
It's not getting rid of guns. It's
Stupid.
just not. Yeah.
And he shot the teacher because
She died? Oh, she did not. Okay.
Well, because it was a she, right? Yeah, she disciplined him, right?
That's what it said.
Okay.
But let me ask y'all, so we always talk about like repercussions, right? What do you do in this case for a 6-year-old who shoots his teacher?
I don't know if I could say what I want to say on air because I might, get looked at a little crazy. Somebody gotta get shot. That kid or the parent?
What if it's your kid? Well, what if it's your kid? What would you do if it's your child?
Oh my gosh.
You just don't go home and get a talking to with this. This is no.
You got a pistol with that little nigga. No. That's tough. It's tough. Would I expect my child to be in this situation? No, because I'm more so like want to be smarter than that, and also have like a safe if I am going to keep something like a firearm in the house to protect my family. I want to keep it in a safe. I'm gonna make sure that child doesn't even know the safe code or anything. And then on top of that, I'm gonna make sure it's also not loaded. I will have another safe to where
these are loaded. I guess you gotta be ready to go. You can't be loading bullets when you got the threat near you.
Right.
Gotta be prepared.
So gotta be smart with it. But that's tough. That's tough because it's like, how do you discipline your child after something like that?
See, what would you do if that was your child? I honestly cannot tell you. Even as a therapist, I don't know.
Because it's a long answer to that and it's a short answer to that. Because if it's your child, there's a chance that was your gun. So then it's like, what do you do with yourself?
Right.
Because
you just can't be pissed off at the child too. It's just like,
and then if it wasn't then it's like, what the hell are you doing at 6 that you was able to get a gun from wherever you got a gun from? You got to still reevaluate. You still got to reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
And kids are smart, but I think the concept of life and death is so different for a child than it is for an adult.
Agreed.
So it's like, I mean, even not to take it too deep, but even all over the world, like, they got stuff going on where they give kids weapons to fight wars and stuff like that because their conscience on life and death is so different that they can do it so heartlessly, like unlike adults. But it's some type of deep intervention there. And I don't even know.
Yeah, that's tough.
You gotta tread lightly too, because you don't want to get your ass popped by your kid either.
Right.
Actually, they know now. You got these parents out, these kids out here killing parents for the little things.
Kids be plotting on their parents like, all right, yo, Dylan. My mom, she didn't want to give me them cherry Pop-Tarts again.
Hey, you know his name Dylan.
Hey, get your dad's gun for me. She told me no one too many times. Like, wow.
No, I'm sure there has to be signs. There has to be some behavioral issues going on at early age.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, man. But, hide these guns, y'all. Please. Unload them, something. Just keep them away from the kids because you're hearing more and more, kids getting easy access. Yes.
They gonna find them. Even if you hide them, they might find them. They might know how to do it, man. It starts way above the parents, man. We don't even need to have them shits.
Facts.
Such is life.
Hell yeah, man. And then moving on, from one teacher to another. So a teacher gets shot by a 6-year-old, then a teacher decides to OD in front of his students.
Teachers got it. The life of a
fact,
teacher.
That's what I was saying. He must have really been stressed the hell out that day.
Now, can we blame the kids?
No, I mean, some of them kids are badasses. So we blame parents. It goes back to the parents because them teachers are overpaid and they're overworked. Underpaid. That's what I'm saying. Underpaid and overworked. And he probably just said, just F it. That was a really
whole
epic.
entire school systems,
I
everything.
don't think
This whole country got it fucked up.
I didn't see a picture, but I'm assuming. I'm gonna be honest, I'm assuming. I'm like, maybe.
He might have been like.
I might think some not messing with it though. They didn't be like.
I don't know. We know how to. We know how to keep our
It's
composure.
Virginia.
So
We might pull out a bottle of wine or something, but we ain't going OD.
I don't think he intended to OD. I think he just said, "After I'm gonna get high and I'm gonna act like I'm paying attention."
Get high at school.
He really in front of the kids, like he just. That's what I'm saying. He was on the bathroom.
I don't mean to laugh.
Like, oh, they had lunch.
I don't mean to laugh,
Let me
but
do a line when they had
That's
lunch.
what he said. Running on recess.
no kids must have
Nothing.
really been stressed.
You try like, to do fentanyl, you just need like a little itty bitty drop of something. He probably just had a little bit. He don't even know this shit. Touch his tongue. Next thing you know, about to do math.
Yeah, he could.
But he did after the hospital. He
Study
did
biology,
receive charges,
kids.
of course.
I mean, of course, yeah.
He
If you know he
like,
lost
that
his
was just
teacher's
a-
license, it's a wrap.
certification. Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah, but I don't think he cared. I think it was just he was. But in all jokes aside, like mental health, y'all, because we really could have been going through a lot beyond just my the teachers. I mean, the kids are just bad. He probably really just. I could imagine.
And some of these kids are bad as hell. Like they are. I be trying to understand kids. It was like, nah, they not bad. It's just misunderstood. But then there's just some kids that's just bad as hell.
Yeah, but I definitely think it probably was some other things going on with him. But that is when I seen that, I don't know. When I seen that, I was like, I had to drop that in the chat. Cause that one was
that is
crazy,
wild, man.
But,
And then moving on.
before we go into entertainment though, condolences to all the families in Buffalo who lost a loved one during the snowstorm.
Oh yeah.
People died in their cars or walking into
Hell yeah, man.
was trying to walk to get getting resources. So it's very sad.
Let me just tell you this though, you are going to get hit with bad karma for trying to go back and steal people's cars that were stuck in the snow.
They really did.
There were some people that was doing that. You ain't shit. Karma gonna get you, for sure. But yeah, there was some people that was definitely doing that. So you definitely wild, man.
Yeah, but definitely.
But yeah, condolences.
The Northwest Coast is getting hit with some storms and shit right now too. There's a lot of flooding and stuff going on. People losing their homes and down out there too. So
Yeah, so 2023 is already to a start.
Hell yeah, man. Moving on. Speaking of overdosing, rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. She
real Memphis legend.
Yeah, man.
36 Mafia.
That was sad, and
one of my cousin's favorite rappers.
For real?
Rich King Roy. That was his. I never forget it. He said, "Who the best female rapper?" He said, "Gangsta Boo."
A lot of overdoses are happening, man. Fentanyl.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. R.I.P. to her, man. Now I know we wanted to leave them in 2022, but we gotta discuss it a bit. Meg,
is this the last time we gonna discuss this?
Hell no, because it's gonna be more.
It's over now, but it might not be over.
It might not be over. We might have to. We don't.
Meg did get the justice that she deserved. All right. Tory was sentenced to 23 years. Found guilty on all 3 charges. Best friend Kelsey pretty much just walked away freely. I don't know how, but
she went on trial.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. She kind of should have been too.
Right.
But they didn't even collect the evidence needed to.
I don't know.
Even hit her with some charges. DNA finger, nothing with her. So.
Tory got hit.
I still believe what I believe though.
And
crazy.
You're not the only person. There was actually once he got hit with that, there was a petition going out.
It was. A lot of people were not happy with it.
And he's actually looking to appeal. This sentencing. His
sentencing date got pushed back to next month because of that.
So we're going to see how this goes. You were saying earlier while we were discussing it, you feel like he could possibly win that appeal.
I mean, he might. It's difficult to even say though, because a lot of him winning that appeal would have to be stuff being charged on the friend, which I don't even see that really happening. But I mean,
what do y'all think about?
It's still possible though.
What's going to happen to Meg? And I think right now she's very quiet and
very
she
quiet.
needs it, as she should be.
Should be alright.
Yeah.
Should be alright. I think she'll be fine.
I don't think anything's gonna really happen to her. I mean,
That's
she got the.
Our last album flopped though.
The next one probably won't. Well, put it this way: all the support she got, this stuff, it better not.
Right.
But if it did, it'd be like, damn, we already know.
Fake ass supporters. Speaking of fake ass, this one, and I think this is what pretty much like makes me not take a lot of folks serious sometimes, and they just jump on the bandwagon when they see certain shit trending because they don't want to be deemed as, you know, loser or hater or any of that shit. But
I don't
you know,
give a damn.
we know. That's why you leave Davis. That's why. But this couple really tends to get glorified on social media a lot, and it's for all the wrong reasons. And we tend to say, like, you know, protect black women, right? There's a black woman who clearly needs some help. Then you also have a black man that needs some help. But this black woman definitely needs some help.
You haven't seen her family?
That's why she needs some help. Krishan and Blueface, they have their own TV show.
Is this on Zeus?
I don't know what station it's on, but the fact that like it's being promoted, domestic violence is being promoted, it's crazy that what we what we look at as wrong because we know it's wrong, is now the popular in thing to broadcast. Like, since when did broadcast and domestic violence become okay? And I think people pick and choose what they want to broadcast that they, you know, deem as okay. This isn't okay. None of the stuff that they do is funny, anything. This is a grown-ass woman walking around with a missing front tooth.
And seems to be okay with it.
We know somebody that
That's
has
what
those
I mean, so,
but
and still refuses to get it fixed.
He do too.
Right.
I know somebody too.
So
They all need help.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to let me get this because I need to understand something.
You know, you put the glasses on. It's
They got
serious.
fashion glasses even, but they not strong. Yeah, this is
Damn. This is Dr. I Love right now, man. Because help me understand. When the hell did it become okay for us to promote domestic violence? But you see, they only idolize that within the black community. Why? Because we get a kick out of this shit on social media. We mean everything.
Yeah.
We repost it. We find it funny. Oh, this is me and my girl after, you know, 5 shots of mimosas and all that.
You see what?
This
what,
is not
what's
okay.
Her said to dumb down the bird. When the whole Megan situation happened, she was on a podcast. What's her name? Light skin. They got. You forgetting all these people's names.
Who?
Goddamn. She was on Basketball Wives.
I don't watch that.
Dude, because you know who I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about.
Who?
Light
A
skin
little more
shorty.
than that.
She did. What's her name, y'all? Damn.
You ain't giving enough
The
details for us to
No,
guess.
she.
I always want to
Oh,
wear
you
glasses
said
just so I
bird,
could do
Drea.
Drea.
Oh, yeah.
I got it from the
And she was
bird.
talking about how she was talking about, you know, if her and her boyfriend had a whole situation, she'd get shot in the foot. Like, she was promoting that. So she got, you know, Rihanna.
Exactly, and lost her endorsement with Fenty.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's crazy to me. Here, this is what I need. I'm taking the glasses
No,
off. 'cause it's coming.
Ari lost her, which you can call
Ari
it too.
lost it too.
Ari did
Did
something.
she?
She said basically the same thing. She liked a threat.
That's the second time she lost some shit too.
Yeah, but it's just crazy to me, and I hate
educated
seeing
for
it.
a second.
Yeah, I was, but I hate seeing it. Like, I hate seeing them being promoted that way. I hate the fact that they even have a TV show to where, you know, they go back and forth. Like, it's nothing about that is appealing. Yeah, I hate society today. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
I can't stand it.
Yeah, but people are playing.
We're lost. Like, we're in a world to where we are lost, and you really have folks that will sell their soul to go out on television for X amount of money to look foolish. That look foolish.
Mm-hmm.
She smacked it. You know, she clocked this man in the head with the whole Henny bottle.
What did you do after that?
Kyrie probably whooped her ass off
yeah.
camera.
Maybe he did, because he be putting her hands. They be putting hands on each other.
On each other. Like, this is not healthy.
And then they like.
Folks not gonna be screaming anything until one of them kill each other, and then it's gonna be, oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Don't nobody listen to that nigga music, but everybody gonna be.
I have not heard one song.
That nigga's ass.
Not one.
That nigga's ass.
Only the one. The thing.
Aaron, come on the camera and do that.
Please come on the camera and show the mixing
Come on.
this. We need to.
I don't remember how they go. I just know that you told us so. Whatever. I don't even remember the song now.
But yeah, man, it's sad. That's something that's really been grinding my gears because.
But it's not just. But again, it's not just it's a lot of other shows and stuff that we watch.
Yeah.
That we like. That we need to stop watching. Stop supporting.
Mm-hmm.
We get picked up because we tune it in.
Yep.
Every week.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's sad, man.
This ain't WWE, guys. That's fake. This is real. I mean, some of them storylines be fake too, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Real people.
Hell yeah, man. But you know, I just had to. Was there? Nah, it was just that for entertainment that we wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
We definitely got some shop talk for y'all now. Because these other two fall in the line of entertainment. But we gotta touch this, man. And it's a new year. Same old shit. Same clippers. Same fresh cut. Same wave spin. Yo, see, hold it down, bro. No, my fault. Barleton, you know.
What?
Barleton. You know, Blood City out here. My man's from Bompton. Alright?
She making up stuff.
So check this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2023.
It's 2023.
Jordan year.
So I
This
got the
is a
Bulls
good Jordan year.
right there.
It is 2023.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good Jordan year. Ain't nothing changed. I'm still doing what I do. I'm still keeping them clippers to them heads. I'm still keeping my ears to them streets because them streets are still talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talking about, I mentioned, you know, we was going to talk about a little bit like money management, you know, just being able to, you know, we talking a little bit of money. People like to talk about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they like to talk about money in the way we about to like talk about money. But we gonna see, because it's not in the way that y'all think. So part of having money, right, is the people around you. You know what Biggie say? More money, more problems.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people say the money don't change the person, it change the people around you. So we got a couple examples of that right now. Because we talk about entitlement, we talk about entitlement to people's money and finances. The first example, gotta talk about this first. And I'm gonna start by saying rest in peace to Big Scar. He was the artist of Gucci name, but some of his family members are dead wrong for the way that they handled his funeral arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all didn't know, they had a $60,000 funeral for this man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do funerals even?
No.
we about to get into that in a
Okay.
second. I'm gonna lay the blueprint.
All right,
They
bet.
had a $60,000 funeral for this man. Gucci and his wife, you know, they gave a donation, and the record label, they gave some money to go towards the funeral. And the family complained as if they didn't. Not because they literally didn't, but because what they did give, they was just like, it wasn't enough in their eyes.
So let me get this. Let me not to cut you off real quick. Just
I might be done. Go ahead.
So the $60K that they spent, and they got the donations after, so they was complaining, thinking they was going to cover the full funeral.
I guess so.
Okay.
And so a part of the thing is that, like, because we talk about, you know, money and finances and being responsible adults, there wasn't really no life insurance and nothing like that. Not on the family, not on him. And so all of that stuff does come out of pocket. But then also too, it's the fact that Kid Six just said it, a funeral don't really cost $60,000. So the fact that they did all of that, and then you expected somebody else to cover everything just because he's rich. Because I don't know if y'all seen, I think it was his sister that was on the live, and she was complaining about stuff, and she's like, you rich, and you only gave this much.
UPS said that. She need to be focusing on some mail that need to be going out.
Listen, man, that was a
Goddamn
thing.
video.
Because we talking about being responsible here. We talking about money management. We talking about being adults. We talking about, you know, handling stuff the right way. So you try to act like, first of all, for anybody to give $20K, that's a lot of money to just give somebody. You know, he had a lot of love for that man. It was his artist. He was hurt when he passed away, especially because of how he passed away. Because this has been a recurring theme on this episode. He overdosed, right?
Yes, he did.
And so,
Crazy, man.
not even just along with that, but like, funerals don't cost $60,000. So the fact that y'all did all of that, and then y'all acting like he wrong because he didn't cover everything.
Yeah.
When y'all didn't really have anything to cover it anyway, you kind of just depended on
I know
that
the
man.
dad said they did have insurance, but some people were saying they was just trying to get Gucci money and still keep that insurance.
Listen, man,
policy.
I'm sure of it.
When you,
Yeah, she said they did have a life, but like again,
but when
we
you
don't know
spend
the inside of
$60K,
it.
Right.
like if you have a life insurance policy, they give you money so that stuff like this can be covered. So to whatever extent was covered, if you still need $60K, somebody did something
So
wrong.
I mean, the
somewhere.
policy wasn't that good of a policy then.
This is my thing. It could have been, but they
They
probably
just
wanted
did
to
too
go
much.
up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. $60K, and then somebody gave you 20 with receipts. Y'all try to act like they didn't give you nothing, and then it's like,
Yeah.
here's the receipts. We gave y'all $20,000.
Because the way she put out there, that's the first video we saw was the sister
Yeah.
talking. So it made it seem like, oh damn,
Yeah.
Gucci wanted to chain and the input toward the funeral. We was like,
And
oh,
then people,
yeah.
and then the crazy part about it is that, you know, people take that narrative, damn, Gucci bogus, he wild as hell.
They
And
did.
then it's like,
That's
hold
because
on.
her ass is stressed out. She's still working on packages. She tried to get out of UPS.
Man.
That's why she did that shit. She was mad as hell having to do them packages.
You know, it's crazy because you see people's real characters when it comes to funerals.
What?
Like families get.
People,
they
and
do
I don't
stuff.
want to judge them too
about
much
They
though.
don't want to care about
I
nothing.
don't
They
even,
just
I don't even
want
know
money.
if I want to say that's their true character because they're not even in the right mindset. They just lost a loved one. But I will say, for some people to jump out the window and just immediately believe what she's saying without ever hearing anything from Gucci's side, that's stuff like that is always crazy.
I will say, see, everybody grieves differently.
Yeah,
But the way it is out here, the sister specifically talking as if that life didn't
That's
even
what I'm-
matter at that point.
That's
in
what
time.
I'm saying. And then they had some of Gucci's chains. He wants them back, of course. And they like, nah, you ain't getting that back. And then we see the brother with the chains on filming the video at his funeral.
That's so tacky.
The ghetto shit we do as a
I
community.
love our
at
people, but
times.
sometimes we
We
doing
just be
simple.
doing some wild shit that is just head scratching.
So you don't want to give him his chains back so that you can film a video at this man's funeral that you spent $60K on. You need help paying and he didn't pay everything because while you spending way more money than you should be spending when you don't even have it, and you that's probably the real reason why she mad because they in debt now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have to be because if you say they had insurance, then funerals don't cost $60,000. Man.
They probably thought, oh, he got this. He's on regularly under Gucci. He's just gonna be this big artist, so we gotta take,
That's one of
send
the
him
things.
out the right way. Dude, he wasn't even respectfully. Isn't that big of an artist?
And even aside from him not being that big of an artist, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gave more than Gucci. Nobody gave more than that $20K. So it's like literally when you talk about somebody being there, he gave more than everybody.
So right there, right? At that point in time, they were like, okay, we still going to just hike it up, right? We know we don't really have any other expenses, but just go ahead. The obituaries, the flowers, just let it rip.
Like, no obituaries don't cost that much in flowers.
Somebody
I know
said
you
they
wanna
have a whole
send them
hologram in that obituary. He just talking.
I know you want to send people off how you want, like everybody wants to
But
send
you have
them
to
off
be
to the utmost of whatever. But it's
reasonable.
possible to do all of that within whatever your budget and stuff is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God damn, was they
Because
paying for a
whenever-
funeral or
Even
child
after the
support?
person passes, you stuck with that.
Yeah.
You don't think about it.
that's probably why they didn't want to give him back his chains. They need to pay off the rest of his funeral now because they don't. Man, and I know Gucci probably ain't really tripping too much off that though. He probably like, y'all trying to get gangsta on me, y'all ain't give me back the chains. She said, get it back in blood. Like, don't take it there for one.
Y'all must not know who Gucci is.
It was.
Listen.
He ain't trying to
Was, yeah. He ain't trying to
Say
go
the
back.
whole
That's the test of the man, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They trying
You
to
know?
take him back to that, and it's like
Kinda
I'm trying
like-
to get gangster with him like that. For one,
Y'all don't want that nigga to have put y'all ass in the dirt.
for two, you playing yourself by even doing it because
Right.
now life goes on after he passed away.
The girlfriend did speak out, and what she said was like the most sensible of all of them. Pretty much
Who's
just called
girlfriend?
Big Scar's girlfriend. She said that, you know, the family is just embarrassing, like this is not how they should go about it, and, you know, just pretty much kind of speaking against the family.
I gotta say too, because the father did come out and thank Gucci, you know, for their donation and contribution towards that. You know, he has some kind of sense too, because like I'm saying, life goes on after he passed away, and a lot of times people, you know, when you if y'all was that close as y'all saying y'all was with his family, Gucci can still be there for y'all in certain ways,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like for you to just completely burn that bridge. Now that he's gone, it's crazy.
Y'all pretty much fucked yourselves. Like bad.
She don't know what she's talking about. Like that's why. That's just unfortunate, man. But that entitlement to other people's stuff, especially when they've already given more than anybody. They gave more than she did. They did like.
Key word right there, entitlement.
That entitlement to other people's money when he did more than anybody else is crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
But before we even talk about the financial literacy, I think that kind of segues into another person who's being very entitled.
Oh yeah, that was listen, entitlement seems to be the other theme here with people's money and finances. But there's a certain woman, and I'm sure y'all probably heard about this too. Do I want to play the clip for him?
We should.
I think I'm gonna play the clip for him. Hold on. Let me play this clip for y'all.
Deserve to be somebody's wife. $250,000. $200,000. The type of wedding you want, that's how much it costs. You're bugging the we gonna invest that. My job as a man is to hold the household down, and she hasn't worked in years. I'm not spending $250,000 on a wedding. I'm not doing it.
So you had no plans on getting married?
I have fun with this. Let's go to City Hall.
I'm not a City Hall bitch. Stop saying City Hall, because you're about to get left. Like I'm telling you right now.
At the end of the day, I love you more than life itself. But you gotta be easy with all this.
Love ain't enough. How long you plan on being broke?
I don't like what bros. I check my
You
that's
say
not
it goes
broke.
to like that.
That's smart.
Broke people behave.
That's smart. Alright. Listen, you call it broke. You know what I'm saying? Leave and see what your ass gonna be.
Yo.
That was a clap back.
I ain't gonna front. That's a heavy hitter right there.
Yo. Did y'all see the Javante fight?
Yeah.
He just threw one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a clap back.
Definitely did.
But it's true though.
Yeah.
Because you ain't even work. That's my whole thing. You're not even working. So how do you even quickly call somebody else broke?
But in years.
Yeah.
Right. In years. But also too at the same time, I feel like these artists sometimes when you make a little bit of money and the person that you with, you tell them like you ain't gotta work anymore or anything like that. You setting yourself up. Because at least if you're gonna be with somebody, like take this money, start a business, whatever you're good at, let's start something.
You say the artist is setting himself up?
Yeah.
Not if they with the right partner.
I mean, yeah, if you're with the right person, of course they're gonna have their own investment. Even if I give you something like, here, this is startup money, like you're real good. If I notice that you're good at cooking, you need a restaurant or something, I'm going to help you invest.
I mean, yes, they do. I believe they have kids. So maybe she probably took the role as the housewife.
They've been together since they were teenagers.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, but still.
So it's just kind of like her even expect.
But
what
you know that?
What could you possibly want for $250,000 at a wedding?
Average.
Just to say I do.
U.S. wedding costs $20,000.
$20,000.
It's a lot of money, but could you get cheaper?
There's a couple that got married. How much did they spend?
It was very much just standard.
What was that couple that was trending that they didn't even spend that kind of money on their wedding? The girl found a dress for probably wasn't even $100.
Yeah, they were very budget friendly.
Yeah, to that point, one of my man's wedding I was in some years ago, his wedding was like $30K, and it was like I thought it was more than that. I was like, bro,
that's actually expensive.
This is very, very, very lit. He did it the right way though. Crazy part is, not coincidentally at all, he was making investments to save up for the wedding. And the money he made off his investments, he spent it on the wedding, and they spent like $27K. And it was spectacular. And it was, most of it wasn't even just on the wedding. It was because he's from Puerto Rico. So he was flying in some of his family from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And he was making sure that people was able to come.
Yeah.
And everything else was like, it was cool. But the crazy part, so Fresher is the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Jen is the girl's name.
Jen, we play Jen.
Oh yeah, damn.
But the crazy part here, though, is again, we talk about entitlement to other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
It's always people that don't know about money saying shit like spending $60,000 on a funeral when they don't have it, or have a way to get whatever they trying to pay back, or saying you broke because you don't want to spend $250,000, or don't know anything about a vet because you don't have the money because you don't even work. You don't even work, so you don't even know about it.
To add on to what you're saying, and people need to stop saying that. People feel like because you don't want to buy, name brands and luxury, you don't have it, you're broke. But it's like, no, people choose how to spend their money. Like he was like, I have the $250, I just don't want to spend it on a wedding. I want to invest that. So she was calling him broke, where it's like, you can't call somebody who broke who actually has it. I just don't want to spend it on that.
And I know the checks he's getting from Love and Hip Hop probably more than what she getting.
He's still getting them checks. Some seasons was called seasons ago.
Bro, what was the last thing he said?
Nah,
You calling me broke?
Let me even see what you will be.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
You want to talk about
you ain't doing
broke?
shit.
she must. Are they married? No, obviously, we about to get married. That was a dumb question. So what's she going? She ain't going to get nothing. So what is she?
Listen,
I mean, she could get child support.
Listen, child support is not gonna make you rich.
No, it's not gonna make you rich, but some of these women out here feel like they can get a good come up off of child support, and they typically do.
Which is so crazy.
They spend it depending on what state you live into, and
all this money.
I don't know where they are. New York.
Half that money not even going to the kids.
We don't know where it's going.
Yo, it's just the fact
To
that
the lifestyle that they want to live.
So that's how she wants to live, apparently.
when we talking about money here. One of the other things you gotta know about money, and I learned this from Nipsey Hussle too. Rest in peace, neighborhood net. But the blind can't lead the blind. You don't listen to motherfuckers that just don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
You talking about broke. You talking about money. He has the money.
Yes, I
So he knows. He knows what $250,000 is. So for him to be like, yo, we don't have to spend that much on a wedding, like that's crazy. She don't even know what that means.
But it's crazy though, because you would think in a partnership and they've been together for so long that she would know.
That's why that's crazy, and that's kind of what he was saying. Like you gotta, like when you choosing your partner, like you either you not teaching her or she just not learning.
People think like
way,
it's the difference between like being with like companionship and partnership.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big difference. Yeah. And what she is not displaying is you cannot be a partner because you don't even understand how money works, or at least the way he wants it to work.
Because what exactly, like, what could if he ended up having money problems, how would she be able to hold things down?
Because she wanted to live in a lifestyle and
exactly.
like keeping up with the Joneses. And
and even
and
still,
that's what
like
people fuck themselves up at every time.
If he wants that though, because he could just go. He could want her to not work, and he could just front everything. But now you get situations like this with the entitlement. Because I hate to talk about like deserving and not deserving, but it's like, bruh, you don't really have a jurisdiction. You don't really have a say so as much as you think you have a say so in how much is being spent on a wedding when you don't bring in the money.
Right.
And even more important than that, for her to not know about money like she doesn't, and for her to not work, not having worked in years, so she don't know about money, everything that she wants in a wedding, she can map it out exactly what she wants. And then he can be like, this don't even cost $250,000. You don't even know what that looks like. It could be $100,000. And he could be cool with it. It could be 80, 90. It could be like, okay.
I think it's just like people, the friends, the circles, social circles that you have, because we know these celebrities, they're spending $1 million on there. Like, we're speaking about Gucci. How much did he spend on his money? He's spending a good.
He's spending his money.
It was like a mil or something.
Even if it was a meal, like
I gotta understand why he did that, because she held him down while he was in jail.
And she knows about money. He gave her some money when he went to jail, and she flipped it like 6 times or something like that.
Yeah.
So she could be like, hell, it could have been her money. She could have been like, we paying a meal, I'm putting up $500,000. He could have been like, nah, I don't even want you to do that, because hold that, just because I know you know better now. Like, this woman talking like.
She just talking. She just want to spend $250,000 just because.
Just because she wants to lavish money.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just kind of like,
and
she's acting as if like she hang with Beyonce and them.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing too. I think the grandiosity that I'm seeing with her is very interesting.
1.7 million is how much Google.
Yeah, I know. He said, I remember this art when it came out about their wedding. I was like, oh, he spent like $1 million on his wedding. So that's a lot of money. It's a lot. We're talking about weddings cost 20 grand, and they spent 1.7. So that was extra though. But they can, I guess, spend your money the way you want to, right?
Right.
But like you're saying, and you have to know how to do that within your own situation, right?
Yeah.
That's what people are missing. They can do that and they want to do that. That's fine, but for this other couple, he's like, no, I choose not to spend $250 on a wedding, and that's okay. That's
And
okay.
that doesn't make you broke. That just makes you smart.
Or it just makes you, I choose to spend my money differently because I have it to spend. Because
Right.
one of you think if you don't have it to spend, but if you
If I was
have it
fresh,
to
I'd
spend.
run.
They
Yeah,
don't know how much stuff be costing. That's what I'm saying though too. It's like you could have everything that you want, and it might not even cost as much as you think you want.
It's about the social status. That's
Gucci's
what it
wedding
is.
was 1.7 million. 500,000 of that was just her ring. Just her ring. Not even a, yeah, but I mean, you got some people that spend that. If it's anything that I expect somebody that's rich to spend the most money on during their wedding, I would think it would be a ring.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's if you got millions and niggas like, I'm gonna get you 500,000 because he can do that. Cool. But just think about that. That's damn near $1 million left, and not even including his ring. And they wanted diamond crusted everything. It was crystals and diamonds.
Yeah, they just.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if without that stuff, his wedding would have cost so much less. So I'm sure she's not expecting that. Maybe she is. She don't sound like she know what the fuck she talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But
What do y'all think is appropriate for a ring? Sidebar real quick. What would y'all spend on that?
Spend?
It depends on how much you have.
I'm about to say because
Yes.
Because again, it's within your means.
the quote unquote tradition, which is some capitalistic bullshit, but I'm not gonna start on that. Even though I should, because we talking about money and shit.
Yeah.
But originally, De Beers, you know, the people that created the whole tradition of getting somebody you married to a ring, they were saying that you should save up.
20% or something.
Before it was that, they was just saying like 1 month of income. Then they say like 2 or 3 months. Then they start saying percentages or whatever you make during the year, like 20 or something like that. Then some people just kind of get whatever the hell they want if they got enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rich as hell. I found a ring for $1 million. I'm gonna do that. Or I'm rich as hell. I found a ring for 500,000. I'm gonna do that. So
And it's what the spouse want. If they know their ring that they want could probably be way less than what they were willing to pay.
And see, if I know.
they got different rings you would like in different prices. You know?
Right. That's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
too. You kind of have to again go work in the confines of your situation because I know I'm not gonna ask a man for this X amount, but I know he don't have that. You know, like you just.
Especially if she don't got it.
Especially right. Here's another thing. I'm gonna say that.
Goofy bot.
I'm gonna look at
I
the
don't want to call
camera
this girl a goofy bot because he's not a goofy.
because you just said it, but I really gotta emphasize it. You men and women, vice versa, y'all cannot be asking for things that you cannot provide. It's just that simple. You just can't. We need to have. It just needs to be equal on the same level. So I see it more with women. Sorry, I feel like I call women, but they be asking for a lot and they cannot provide the same. No, anything that you ask for, you need to be able to do it for yourself or for that person. Because there's nothing I ask for a guy that I couldn't even able to provide. It's just it doesn't. I don't know how people feel good doing that. I don't know. It don't sit well with me.
Because, you know, they want to be city girls. They want to be up on the niggas.
City girls kind of down right now, but you know, well,
Crazy part is like, are they? If you go by
right, maybe, right? I don't
Go by
know.
what they supposed to be, technically they
Oh
are.
yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I don't feel good within myself doing that. Like I feel like if I'm ask for something, I need to be able to provide it, and she is all the way out of line because she is asking for that, and she don't work in for years.
Did y'all hear the conviction in his voice? She haven't worked in years.
Yeah, he had to really emphasize that.
Because he probably in his mind like, how dare you even talk to me about money when you haven't worked in years?
How
And
dare
then
you
you
even
just
call
call
me
me-
broke?
Right, and I've been taking care of you in our family.
Or she talking about it's about to go left.
Fact, you even
relax for this
said
go
that?
left. And then
See,
call me
they
broke,
be
it just
into
went
what
left.
your point said. They be
Barbecue.
setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She bought
Crazy.
But since we are talking about financial literacy, I do think it's important for our community to know a little bit about what that exactly means. So
Yeah.
right.
Because we talking about financial literacy too, because you know this is shop talk, so I gotta leave y'all with some jewels. Besides just emphasizing what not to do, we do also gotta emphasize what to do.
Yeah.
Now I'm not an expert, but I know a little something about at least living within your means. You can be happy within your means if you plan to make more money than whatever you're making. There's ways to invest into that. Of course, you need to learn and you need to read. There's plenty of ways to find out stuff that you can learn in order to make more money. I advise you to go and do that research. And if you are not bringing any money to the table, don't feel entitled to anybody else's pockets. I don't give a damn if they're your spouse or not, or if there's somebody that a deceased loved one was in business with, because that's just not how stuff goes. You know, and if you did know a little bit about money, you wouldn't be saying the things that you're saying,
or doing the things that you do,
right?
Or doing the things that you do,
right?
Because it's just not the smart way. And also too, just because this is a point that I want to emphasize though, just to, you know, one of the last things I even want to say about this anyway. When you are connected to people that have a lot of money, it will behoove you to like learn about that money. Like you gotta learn about that. Like if she's trying to marry this man and she don't even know what 250K
can do,
you know what I'm saying? Especially, and you haven't worked in years, so I know you don't know as much. You need to be trying to learn that.
That's why I'm so shocked they've been together for so long and she's even talking this way.
Yeah, that's why I said part of that
operates at this point. That's crazy. Like,
because at the very least, if you know what he does, like I don't think she's like I don't even think I don't think that she thinks that's outlandish for him, because she probably knows he has money. But to that point as well, it's like all this time you see him making that kind of money where you think a $250,000 wedding is feasible, and you're not learning anything about that because you could have been saving it up for your damn self. If he makes all of the money and he pays for everything and you haven't worked in years, you could have been like, I want to just start to do something, and then you could have the money because you don't have to pay for anything else. You could have just been like, I don't even need to spend my money on anything because he does everything. So the money I make, I'm gonna just put it all towards the wedding. Something. Same thing with Big Scar's sister, because apparently, I mean, she could have very well burned that bridge. There's a lot of stuff that can come with knowing Gucci Mane. That can get you in a better position in life.
That's good.
That's
what I'm saying, man. Like at the very least, if you're gonna be smart about having some kind of
that's what I'm saying.
I feel like I could see Gucci being petty and purchasing that UPS she works at and then firing her.
But even people gotta think about that.
Order mad package.
Right.
The brother trying to do rap videos and stuff. Who knows? It could have been an opportunity for him or somebody else say no. He lost one, but he could have, capitalized.
Gucci probably not even gonna fuck with them.
I mean, at this point, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, is that's dead.
Yeah.
But he could have known somebody else could be an aspiring rapper, and it
it's
could
the
have had
wrong
that
time to even try to be like, yo, I know my brother did, but I got some skills too. Listen to this.
And that may not happen right now, but if they kept that bridge, that could have happened at some point. But now that's not ever gonna happen. He's not gonna. I know how your family operate. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't even want to associate myself with your kind.
It's like you don't want to say people are stupid, but there are really people out here that's stupid.
They be prisoners of the moment and be caught up in clout chasing.
Social media
has
its pros and cons, but man, you just see it more so being used for the cons.
You do.
More than the pros.
Because she really ain't had to hop up on social media and do that. Like, she didn't have to do it. I just be wondering, too. I know, not to just kind of, we talk about finances, but people, because you have to display good judgment, too, when it comes to finance. And I feel like people just be doing things so impulsively and not like, let me just think about this real quick before I do this.
People are at their most emotional. People are very, very emotional in this era right now, period. But then you are even more emotional after you just lost somebody. So you need to just relax. Like a lot of people, and you're the therapist, so you know this. A lot of people don't know how to process certain kinds of emotions. So they tend to lean on the only emotions that they do know how to process. So if all you know how to show is anger, whenever you're trying to show another emotion, you don't know how, you just gonna lean on anger.
And sometimes that is a cover. So people who are really showing anger are sad. That's like the underlying emotion to anger. But like you said, they only know how to express it in one way. So, but I don't know. I think they were great financial tips for our community. And really, like you said, the big thing is just researching. There's a lot of information. YouTube, you can. I mean, I know they call it YouTube University, but you can learn a lot of good things. People have a lot of channels for free. You know, there's books. I know people want to jump into whole investments, which is smart, but you got to know what you're doing. It could be a very risky move. You don't really know how to buy into like stocks and do like day trading. It's really like a job that people do. So it's a lot that comes with it. But, you know, savings, that's really important. Like making sure that you have a savings account and, you know, your 401ks or 403bs,
insurance,
Roth,
health insurance,
life insurance. on all these things you need to check out with the employer. If you don't, you don't know about that, check out. Of course, if you work for yourself, these are some things you have to research on your own. But we have a lot of entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs that know that you're going to get all this stuff, obviously, if you are self-employed. So,
right.
But if you are not, these are things that your employer should have. So make sure you check in with their HR department and get those benefits.
You know what? I just came up with an idea.
What's that?
I'm going to talk to y'all about it off air, but I want the Mixxeners to stay tuned about it.
Yeah. Oh, and finally, because this is coming up, file your taxes. I know people ain't filed their taxes in years. File your taxes. This tax time is coming up. That's important too.
Hell yeah.
So, see?
In the meantime, though, for the people out there that may have a funeral they need to pay for, or for the people out there that want to have a very expensive wedding, I want you to just make sure you're doing what you need to do. I'm going to make sure I do what I need to do, which is keeping my ears to these streets and keeping them clippers to them heads. And we going to get it situated. It's 2023, man. We doing better.
Jordan year, man. And with that being said, folks, it's your big dog, Kid 6, Chi-Town's finest Carlton, your dig, and your girl, Leah, a.k.a. the therapist, and always holding things down behind the scenes. Your girl, so effing classy, a.k.a. so effing crafty, a.k.a. so effing glassy.
Okay.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, matter of fact, before we close out, when do you stop saying Happy New Year?
Oh, you know what? This has actually been a question. So somebody said, stop saying it after like the third day.
The third day?
But what if you don't see that person for like a week?
I say maybe a week. You could give it a week.
Not 2 weeks?
Yeah, maybe like those 2 weeks max. Maybe like a week. So we're going. It's about.
We haven't seen y'all, so we going to tell
so
y'all
we
Happy
gotta
New
say
Year.
Happy New Year.
This is the New Year episode for y'all as well. So Happy New Year. Get in the mix.
In the mix, in the mix, in the mix, Carlton, Leah, Kid 6 in the mix.